everybody, it's Dame Stacks, artist / producer, and today we got a different kind of video. I'm showing y'all another test for my game. Basically basic movements, see if the particles and things like that work, and I'm actually explaining y'all what the game is about. Now if y'all know me, y'all know that I like religion. We're gonna walk around and explore a little bit as I talk, but if you know me, then you know I like religion. But I'm not going to beat y'all over the head about religion in the game. Oh no, wouldn't sell no copies if that was the case. But long story short is, I use some religious lore within the game to help build the atmosphere for the game. So I'm going to get into it as quick as possible because the story is kind of deep, but we're going to condense it. You know, we're going to make it short. But here it is in a nutshell. 15,000 years ago, North Pole froze over. It was not froze over before that. Mammoths walked up there. People lived up there hunting the woolly mammoths. We all know this, right? But long story short is, it froze over. But when it froze over, civilizations, animals, and many other things that were in the North Pole area, they were all extinct in the process. 2-mile thick ice caps. If I said that right, that sounded funny as hell. But the ice caps were 2 miles thick over top of the landmass that is what we call the North Pole. And it flash froze everything that was up there, and it sealed off areas that modern man, never knew about. So in my game, as time progresses, so does mankind. They continue to build, they continue to expand, they continue to make more things that are causing global warming and other catastrophes. For example, rising sea levels. Every time they make an artificial island, like in Dubai somewhere, or they just put an island, I don't know how the fuck they're making islands and then putting hotels on them and making hotels shaped like palm trees and shit. But every time they do this, it takes up more space. That water is displaced and has to go somewhere. So as man kept advancing and these things kept taking place, the ice caps began to rapidly melt rapidly. And when I mean rapidly, I mean you could actually watch them breaking off day by day at this point. Now, scientists saw that the situation was getting serious. They were telling people what they shouldn't do, but because the elite ruled the world at this point in time in my game, they didn't care. They continued to do the same things they were being told not to do. So the long story short is, the scientists said, we are going to leave. 30 elite scientists made their own craft, and they left Earth. Not far. They only went into the orbit. And they basically wanted to see how the events were pan out. They thought they was going to be out there for 7 years. After several malfunctions, they wound up being out there a lot longer than 7 years. Wound up being more like 30. The scientists began to die off, and the 30 scientists actually conceived one baby while they were up there. You, of course, are that one baby. As the ship began to orbit and the scientists began to die off and they began to get hopeless of coming back to Earth, they realized that they might as well cancel it. They're stuck there. You were the last one left on that ship. But to make a long story short is, that ship eventually began to get pulled into Earth's orbit more and more to the point where it came back into the ozone layer and crash landed. What you just saw me get out of in the beginning of the game was the remains of that ship. The reason why there was a T-Rex back there that I didn't speak on, matter of fact, let's go look at him one more time, is because in my game, now that you are in a part of the world that was once frozen over within the time frame that it was still in, the things that was extinct by that ice age in my game still exist. So you might run across a mammoth or two. Of course, that'd probably be a boss fight. You still run across a dinosaur or two. Things that might have been able to survive. Of course, a dinosaur wouldn't have survived all the way up until 15,000 years ago, unless you're conspiracy theorists. That's another story. But long story short is, species that should no longer exist in my game, because my game takes place in basically a lost world, a world that should not exist. Now, back to the religious lore that I was talking about though. In the end times, the Quran states that a people will come forth called Ya'juj and Ma'juj. Gog and Magog, they're called in the Bible. And they will be like a legion, hordes of them. In my game, there's a hole in the earth, and that legion poured through. Now, while you were up in orbit for 30 years, not knowing what was going on, the people of Earth was in a mass battle for survival against the people who came out of the center of the Earth, yes, a hollow Earth, and waged war with mankind. Every man, woman, and child had to band together to fight against a new common enemy. And because the rest of the world was in such bad condition, they were forced to move to the only place that could hold life and that is the North Pole where Antarctica is. Yes, and that is also where Yuck Juge and Mutt Juge came from. Now I'm gonna find a better way to present all this information so it isn't so cluttered when y'all finally play the game. But anyway, to get to the gist of the story, before you crash landed, right before you crash landed, every man, woman, and child that was left in humanity that you know of was kidnapped, abducted, murdered, and forced into slave labor by the legion that came from underground. These giant buildings that you see here, not the destroyed skyscraper-looking ones that the people used to live in. I mean these giant-ass ones right here that are rendering real slow because I got the graphics turned in. These buildings are the buildings that Yuck Juge and Mutt Juge live in. These are the buildings that they drug all of humanity into, and they're holding them captive in there. Well, whether they murdering them, I haven't decided yet. But of course, slave labor will be involved. But those are the buildings, these giant skyscrapers. And the sole purpose of the game, literally, because I'm not like a master coder, I'm not trying to make this game so complex it cracks your computer. But the whole gist of the game, though, is you have to find 6 vials of DNA. There's going to be 15 of them, but you got to find 6 in order to beat the game. The vials of DNA is the only way humanity will survive. And there will be monsters, there will be all kinds of things taking place that will help hinder you from getting this process done. But the main thing that'll prevent you from finding these vials of DNA is just the sheer size of the world itself. When I say I put a lot of work into this shit, I put a lot of work into this shit. Like, I get lost playing my game. Like, it's so many different places you can go. Now, I will give y'all a hint. You can't go underground. But there's so much that you can do overground, and there's so much you can do just in the world that you will get lost. And finding 6 vials of DNA, the vials won't be small neither. It's still going to be a challenge to do. So it's like, in order to make it competitive or something, I might have a time limit. Like, you got to do it in under 3 hours or something like that. But they're not going to be easy to find. They're not going to be hard to find once you know what to look for. But I'm not going to tell you what to look for. But they're definitely not going to be easy to find. But it's safe to say if you run across a boss fight or something while you're playing, you probably need a vial of DNA. If a T-Rex busts through a fucking wall, then your ass in trouble, and you probably where you need to be. Alright, but basically the reason why I'm still going over things over and over again, I gotta make sure, like, this tower ain't floating. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a lot going on. I gotta make sure the fog works correctly. I have so many detailed meshes within the game that I have to render it in a weird-ass way. So it's like, it's almost like the original Silent Hills. Like, I got so much fog, so I cannot render what's beyond what he can see. If I had the whole stage rendered, I'd have 1 frame per second. So what I did was added a whole bunch of fog, so just outside of his field of view, it doesn't have to make anything. But it's like, I might change that, might not, it all depends. But it's like, at the end of the day, the world is huge, very immersive. It's like, it'll be something that's very entertaining. Considering the fact that I'm charging $1 for it, I expect all of my peoples to help me and buy the game for $1, you know? It'll be my first complete game that I've made. At this point, not everything is where it's supposed to be. Like over here, you see where it's like getting scarce in detail. It's because that's like the last of the stuff I gotta do over there. So we're gonna head back in this direction. It's like, if I actually wanted to show y'all every aspect of everything that's going on, we'd probably be here for maybe about an hour or 2. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, that's just with me running around in circles with no enemies. So by the time y'all actually get the enemies and actually have things to search for and a reason to be playing, the game might have the actual good amount of playtime. But yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I don't add too much or I don't leave too little out. I'm trying to make sure that it's something that's actually interesting. Shit like, look, once again, boom, see that? We can't have ghost benches. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that can't be floating around. Oh, damn, my bad, y'all. I scared myself. As you can see, gun. Yeah, you can pop somebody. The grenade animation, horrible. Don't laugh, y'all. I'm working on that. I'm working on that. We're gonna change that up, but yeah. You can see though, he might not have no damn grenades at all at this rate. He might get his grenades took. He might not have the right to have grenades. I'm trying to actually show y'all something in particular, but believe it or not, I'm lost. Yeah, I'm lost in my own world that I created. But I got a good idea where I'm at right now, because I see where this gap is in the fence. Side note, If you ever start to get lost while playing, when the game finally comes out, stick to the fences. The fences will lead you to where you need to be. But yes, once again, these giant buildings that you see lurking in the background right here, these are the places where Yutjuj and Mutjuj have taken everybody. They, like I said, remember I told you about the rendering thing? How I got it set so where it renders them? Just outside this view, the buildings are actually so tall, you can't see the top of it. I'm gonna have to fix that. There's some computers and shit in here. Haven't decided exactly what I'm gonna make them do. Yeah, basically, you know, another game about the world, and the only difference is there's no zombies. Like, the hell with zombies. For real, it's just you and your loneliness. It's like, other than you and your loneliness, you all gonna be about to get killed the entire time. But yeah, you get the gist of it. Somebody just run around. We're gonna do a little bit more looking at things so y'all can see exactly what's going on. You can see at certain spots there's snowstorms because we are in the North Pole, of course. But yes, it's also a very dark game. And by dark, I mean the actual game is dark. You will need a flashlight. I'm debating on how I'm going to make the flashlight work. Like right now, he just has a flashlight that's a circle around him. But I'm probably going to make one that he actually picks up and shines. Because it's like this little circular light only goes to whatever he's touching. Like, he can't see shit else. Another thing, there's actually guns laying around everywhere. I only picked up the handgun because it was the first gun I saw within the game, but if you actually was to wander around really looking, you'll realize that there's guns everywhere you look. Like each one of these little buildings and little huts, they got guns insides of them. That goes from rocket launchers to machine guns, even down to bows and arrows are in the game. Yes, there is water, and no, I have not scripted it correctly, so he's not going to splash, and it's not going to look like he's underwater. It just looks like him exactly the same, but as you can see, at least got it moving. That's all that matters. It's like I'll figure out the rest of it later. But yes, I'm just really hoping that y'all try the game out. Tell me what y'all think. Give your honest opinions when y'all actually do play it, because it's probably going to be out like within a month. That's my goal. Unless something goes terribly wrong, within 1 month this game should be able to be played. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to release it or to what platform I'm going to release it. It's going to be computer, of course. I don't mean platform. More like what vendor or whoever the hell you call the people that sell it. Not sure exactly who I'm going to release it to, but it's like I'm only charging $1 for it. And to be honest, I might not charge that in the beginning. Just because there's no telling how people is going to feel about it. But I will have other things set up so that if y'all want to support me in my video game career, y'all can actually do that. All the music in the game will be produced by me or people that I hire. Any voices that you hear, I will make sure that I hire voice actors also. It's like, I want to make sure that this is a completely independent thing. Like, I don't even want to use no YouTube music, no nothing. So it's like, definitely, the music you are hearing right now is actually music that I made. And it's funny because the song that you're hearing right now is actually a song called It's Perfect from my CD, a beat I produced. I just turned it down, not turned it down, slowed it down, so that it fit the setting that I needed it to. But yes, as you can see, the world is very immersive. You can go up, around, all over. There's nothing holding you back. All you have to do is explore. And for those people who will wind up playing it, I will give you a hint. Where I'm at right now, it is definitely going to be one valve here. That's why it's taking you so long. You got to do, oh shit, fell off the side because the shit didn't skip. But yes, there will definitely be a valve up here, so when y'all do finally play, if y'all want to find y'all first valve easily, this is where you'll get it from. But you need to find 6, even though there will be 15. There'll be different endings, probably about 3 of them, I'm guessing. And of course, the endings depend on how many valves you find. Like, if you find only 6 valves of DNA, that means that humanity may have been saved temporarily. But they will be so scarce. It's like, you better pray Yutjuj and Mutjuj don't come about. And of course, that'll give you the worst ending if you find the bare minimum of DNA valves to bring back humanity with it. Now, if you find all 15, of course, that'll be the best ending. But yes, you'll have to take them back to your spaceship, because there will be the technology you need to start the cloning process to begin human life over again, because you can't do it by yourself. We ain't butting off people. Niggas don't produce asexually, so it ain't gonna work like that. But yes, the entire game is based off a grace that comes from underground that wipes out humanity. And you desperately trying to fix it. And the saddest part about it is you're trying to fix a world that you never knew, because you never lived on it. You're really just carrying out the dreams of the scientists that sent you on a mission, because you know that's what you was born to do. But in the end, you will get an ultimatum. I'm not gonna say what that is. I'm gonna leave that up to speculation, but just know that this game comes with choices. Shit. Yes, you can go on top of just about every building. There's a lot of different things you can do. I know I said that 50 times, but I just can't reiterate it enough. By the time I'm finished, I'm hoping this will be a masterpiece. And as you can see, the bitch can take some damage. I don't know how he survived that. I was actually trying to kill him. But yeah, one last thing I'm going to say though is, I basically did every last thing that you see on this game myself. And that was not by choice. I actually am looking for people to help me with these kinds of things, because I feel like more than one mind is better. So, if anybody out there is another independent developer that's just starting, and you would like to work with me on a project, just let me know. Because I definitely need help. Like, these things are taking way too long to make. I don't know what made me think I could start off with an open world game first. I heard everybody saying that's the worst mistake you can make. I did it anyway. And it's like, and here I am. But it's like, I actually have something. Which is a miracle to me. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yes, I need people to work with. So, like, comment, subscribe, and watch our trek to glory. And if y'all get the chance, you know, and y'all want to actually help a brother out in making a dope game, and we can eat together, comment below or send me a private message. Thank you for watching. Another day, another dollar. I guess that's what they should know. Feds out here watching, but we clean. Guess they should know. We move like the president, dressed like we AI. Told my daughter that once I got on stage, I would say hi. Mic tripping, dab on them folks like I'm Cam, or they might slip and get past all these ropes. They my fans, cause out of all these women's I done seen at my hands, the games and other shit got me trying to understand. Where the queens, where the mothers, where the fighters. I told them my women was goddesses, don't make me liars. We used to have purpose, but now that turned to fire. And some niggas like me is in them more than just one-nighters. And that's when I looked across the stage and saw her begin to surface. I told myself I'm about to take that chance if she worked. I got her crawling up on stage like I'm perfect. I got her calling out my name like I'm perfect. And see, I only want one girl, yeah. And I'ma give it as the day if she worth it. And now she all up in my bed cause she perfect. I got her all up in my head cause she perfect. And see, I only want one girl, yeah. And I'ma give it as the day if she perfect. Yeah. So fuck it, I'll try my hand now. Pull her up on stage, yes, right in front my fans out. Make sure she treated like a queen. Guess I'm rushing, simply something I'ma do if she real. And I can trust she with me, no games, nothing iffy. Switch lanes, stunting with me, new swag, loving it. We move fast, nothing get me more on my shit than knowing that I got a real one. And you can pass us our respect, or we can steal some. Hips crazy, ass fatted, bringing all kind of hate. And then she come equipped with good wisdom and conversation. Could I see myself wiping her up? What I'm contemplating. Could I see myself wiping her up? Is what I'm contemplating. I got her crawling up on stage like I'm perfect. I got her calling out my name like I'm perfect. And see, I only want one girl, yeah. And I'ma give it as the day if she worth it. And now she all up in my bed cause she perfect. I got her all up in my head cause she perfect. And see, I only want one girl, yeah. And I'ma give it as the day if she perfect.
If she perfect, yeah. That's if she perfect, yeah. That's if she perfect, yeah. That's if she perfect, yeah. Purchase